After Goku defeated Omega Shenron, he and the Eternal Dragon left Earth, and that was supposedly the last time the Z-Fighters would see Goku. But this story gives us a completely different ending than what we saw in the original adaptation. Dragon Ball EX is a 20-chapter story about the events that took place after GT, and since it's so long, I'll probably leave a few things out here and there, so if you guys want to take on all 20 volumes yourself, link to the original manga will be down below. The story starts off at the end of GT after Goku and Shenron leave the Earth together. Everyone's celebrating the victory at Goku's house, trying to ignore the fact that they will never see him again. Vegeta, however, can only think about how much stronger Goku is about to get now that he's merged with Shenron, and unfortunately for Vegeta, he can only get so strong on his own, as we saw with how he obtained the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. His options of training partners are pretty limited at this point, with the only two people being available are Goten and Trunks. Trunks, however, is busy helping Bulma, so Vegeta's only option at this point is Goten. After witnessing the power of the Super Saiyan 4, Goten is thinking to himself how he'll ever keep up with Vegeta's training. The two board a Capsule Corp spaceship, and Vegeta tells Goten that they'll be leaving for a long time. They depart to some unknown planet and the two begin their training. In the next part of the story, we get to see our first look at Goku, and since leaving with Shenron, he has become a god and even has his own planet now. When Shenron brought him to this place, he was introduced to this guy we see here named Frugo, who also used his powers to change Goku back to his adult form. The space where these guys reside is called the Divine Planet, and basically it can only be accessed by beings who are no longer of mortal descent or have transcended the mortal plane of existence completely, becoming a god. Now, with the addition of Goku, there are 12 gods in total on this plane of existence, so Frugo and Goku head off to meet the rest of them so Goku can understand and get used to his new role of a god. 1 year later, we see Goten and Vegeta training, and they've both achieved the Super Saiyan 3 form by this time. One really cool thing I like about this scene is how training with Vegeta has changed Goten. Even though it's been a year since they've left Earth, he's actually interested in training and fighting now and wants to see just how strong he can get. He seems a lot more like Goku now. Meanwhile, back on Goku's planet, Goku is meditating, but he's supposed to be at a meeting with the other gods, so Frugo comes to get him. Then, out of nowhere, something overcomes Goku. Whatever it is, it starts taking control over him completely, and then his eyes start to darken, and whatever is inside him seems to know Frugo. He tosses him away, and one thing he mentions is very interesting. When he's ready to leave, he says that he can't use his teleportation, so this guy has some crazy abilities. Instead, he attempts Goku's instant transmission technique, and with it, he goes straight to Gohan. Gohan is ecstatic to see his father, but this isn't Goku, and he came here completely by accident. He was just looking for a strong source of power. He instant transmissions away again, and this time he finds another strong source of power, and it takes him straight to Goten and Vegeta. He then senses the key that he's been tracking all of this time, and it's a Namekian. When he leaves this time, Vegeta is the only one that realized that this wasn't Goku and that something is wrong. When Goku arrives on New Namek, the first thing he does is kill a Namekian. He says that they are the reason that he's been locked away for all of this time. Without even so much as an explanation, he destroys New Namek, and because so, the Namekian Dragon Balls are gone now. We then cut to Earth, and Dende can feel this evil presence coming. Goku shows up once again, and after we saw what he did to New Namek, this doesn't look good for Dende and Popo. This is when the being inside Goku says that he didn't possess Goku, but that he's fused with him, so he's become a permanent part of his being. That's when he points at Dende and simply says, "Die." And he shoots a beam straight through his chest, killing him instantly, and now there are no Dragon Balls anywhere. All of the other Z-Fighters sense something is wrong, and Gohan realizes immediately that Dende's ki has disappeared. Goku cuts him off, but Gohan knows immediately that this isn't his father. The two begin fighting, and Goku immediately goes Super Saiyan 4. For some reason, Goku isn't as strong as Gohan remembered though, so Gohan isn't really worried. Since this guy isn't native to Goku's body, he doesn't know how to control his power. They both use their full power from the start, so right now, this Super Saiyan 4 Goku is about on the same level as Gohan. The fight goes on for a while, but eventually Goku takes the Senzu Bean that he had been hiding just in case, and now he's back at full strength while Gohan is still tired. Trunks shows up, but just ends up being a distraction for Gohan, so both of them get taken out fairly quickly. Some of the other Z-Fighters start to join the fight, with Piccolo and 17 showing up first, and then Goten and Vegeta. Vegeta steps up to fight Goku first, and Piccolo uses a mini Blitz Wave machine to allow him to go Super Saiyan 4. The two fight for a while and everything is pretty even until Goku mentions the fact that he killed Trunks. This causes Vegeta to go so berserk that he transforms into a Super Saiyan 5. Vegeta completely dominates him, but when he allows Goku to take another Senzu Bean, he also transforms into a Super Saiyan 5. At this point, the only plan they have is to try to cut off his tail, but when they do, Vegeta gets taken out almost immediately. Goku goes for the kill on Goten, but this is when Oob shows up, and we get to see if all of those years of training with Goku will pay off. Oob actually appears to have the advantage because this being isn't necessarily a better fighter than him because unlike Vegeta, his moves are much slower and much more predictable. Eventually Goku ends up separating Oob from Majin Buu, but Oob doesn't seem the least bit worried. Once Oob uses the Kaioken, he completely overpowers Goku, but instead of finishing the fight and saving the universe, he's trying to buy time so they can find a way to solve this without killing Goku. The two clash with Kamehamehas, but Oob doesn't get the advantage until Piccolo tries to distract Goku with a special beam cannon. Goku teleports out of the way though, and now Oob is out of energy and he has a broken leg. While Goku is distracted, however, this is when 17 comes in and cuts his tail off, completely blindsiding him. When Goku reverts back to his base form, this is when the story changes. He tries to take his last Senzu Bean in order to finish them off, but for some reason, he can't control his arm. The real Goku is attempting to fight for control over his body, and he tells Piccolo to give the Senzu Bean to Oob. Oob is happy that Goku appears to be back under control, but Goku tells him that he doesn't have much time left, and he tells Oob to fire his most powerful attack at him, because since there is no way to remove this being from his body, the only way left is to destroy them both. Of course, Oob doesn't want to do this, but Goku lies to him, telling him that even if he dies right here, Oob will be able to see him in the other world, so it's okay. But what Oob doesn't know is, if a god dies, he ceases to exist completely, so if he kills Goku here, that's it. No other world, no King Yama, no nothing. He'll be gone completely forever. Oob fires off a Super Kamehameha that completely obliterates Goku's body, and with that attack, Goku's existence is erased completely. Afterwards, Oob immediately goes to King Kai's planet to see if Goku has arrived in Otherworld, but King Kai tells him that he isn't here. He then goes to Snake Way, and when he doesn't see Goku on his way to King Yama, it's confirmed. Goku didn't go to Otherworld, he's not with King Kai, his presence isn't anywhere, he's just gone.